afternoon. Now the time here in Japan is 3 o'clock p.m. and it's time to begin the webinar. First of all, thank you so much for joining to our webinar about level transmitters today. My name is Kazuhito Maeda. I'm responsible for Overseas Department and also Marketing Department at Matsushima Measure-Tech. Today, I will be hosting this webinar and our Industrial Marketing Specialist, Mr. Mamoru Omura, will present the main session. And he's going to introduce typical level transmitters and those basic principles, advantages, and weak points for each level transmitters. Before starting the webinar, we'd like to tell you some precautions. Your microphone is muted during the webinar, so please use the Q&A column on the right side of the screen if you have any question. Questions are welcome at any time. You can send your question by text on the Q&A column at any time. And we will have the Q&A session at the end to reply to your questions at the end of this webinar. And if we do not have enough time to reply to your questions during the webinar, then we will send the answer later by separate email. Okay, so please let us introduce ourselves briefly in a short time. We, Matsushima Measure-Tech, is established in 1946, and we've been involved in the heavy industries more than 70 years, and we have those 5 product and service ranges. One is level sensing technology. Next one is dust sensing technology. And next one is safety sensing. This is mostly about safety sensors for belt conveyor. And we also have a robot system like this, especially for automotive industry. But today, the blue colors sentence, we will be focusing on the level sensing technologies. And the last month in July, we had the webinar for point level detection switches. So today, the different one, like continuous level transmitters. We will be focusing on the continuous level transmitters today. Yes, just a moment. So this is today's topics. And so Omura-san, I'm going to switch the screen to you. So please proceed your main session.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Maeda. I'm Mamoru Omura, working for the export team in Matsushima Measure-Tech. Here is the topic for today's seminar. First, I will explain about the role of the level monitoring in factory. Second, I will introduce the 9 types of the level sensors and the model selection guide. And after my session, Mr. Maeda will introduce the Matsushima level sensors. The level sensing can be divided into 2 categories. One is the level switches and second one is the level sensor. The level switch is the pointing detection switches. We made a web seminar for the level switches last time. In this seminar, we will focusing on the level sensor. It is a continuous level sensor which outputs the analog signal. The customer can monitor the material level to 0% to 100%. Level sensors continuously monitor the material level in silos in real time. The measuring value is output by the analog signal, for example, 4 to 20 milliampere. These silos are operated by the display of the percentage, meters of distance, tons of the weight. This information is based on the continuous output signal of the level sensor. There are 9 types of the level sensors. sounding type, ultrasonic type, laser transmitter, guided laser transmitter type, laser type, float type, and displacer type, capacitance type, and pressure type. They will be selected by the application, including the material characteristics. I will introduce each type one by one. First, the sounding type is specialized for the powder and bulk material application. The sensing weight stands by the packing position in the silo. When the measuring starts, it goes down and lands on the material level. Then it goes up. Because it is less influenced by the process condition, sounding type can be applied for the heavy-duty environment. Second, the ultrasonic type can be applied for the both liquid and powder application. The ultrasonic pulse is transmitted by the sensor part and it measures the round-trip time to the material level and it converts it to the distance. The ultrasonic type is widely used for the simple liquid application because lower cost. However, it is influenced by the environmental condition, including the dust and vapor. Next, the laser transmitter is non-contact level sensor used for the both liquid and powder application. The microwave transmitted from the sensor part reflects the material surface and return back to the sensor. It measures the round trip time to the converted to the sensor, converted to the distance, sorry. The microwave device is actually around us. For example, mobile phone. The mobile phone can be used in the hot temperature in sunny day, rainy day, and cold temperature in snow because microwave is not influenced by the environment. Same as the mobile. The laser transmitter is not influenced by the environmental condition. So it can be used for the heavy duty environment, including the 30 or 40 meter cement silo and also the 1000-degree incinerators. Next, guided wave radar transmitter is a contact type microwave sensor. Because the microwave is transmitted and received along the cable, it does not have a beam angle. So it can be used for the narrow application. However, cleaning the cable is necessary for as a maintenance because the built up the material cannot be used for the stable level measurement. Next, the laser type is non-contact sensor applied for the both liquid and powder application. Same as the laser transmitter. Laser sensor measures the round trip time to the material surface. Because the advantage of the laser transmitter is the high directivity, it can be used for the narrow application, but it's influenced by the flying dust and vapor. The next is a float type sensor. It is a contact type sensor specialized for the liquid application. The float connected with the tape or the wire rope floats on the liquid surface, and it measures the tape length at the liquid level. It is a simple mechanism, but some parts, including the tape, should be replaced occasionally. Also, it is not suitable for the adhesive and sticky material because of the contact sensor. Next, the displacer type. Displacer type is a contact sensor specialized for the liquid application. The float, it's called the displacer, is designed to be the higher specific gravity compared with the liquid material to sink into the measured material. The liquid level is measured by the floating force to the displacer. It is limited to the applied for the short range application. Next, the capacitance level sensor is a contact type applied for the both liquid and powder application. The capacitor is formed by the probe electrode and the sidewall of the tank. It measures the change in the capacitance which is correlated with the material level. It can be applied for the narrow application, but it requires cleaning on the regular basis. Also, the capacitance type cannot be applied when the material characteristic is not stable. The last type is pressure type. The hydraulic pressure correlated with the liquid level is measured by the diagram. It converted into the storage level. Because there are many kinds of the diagram material, it can be also applied for the chemical application. However, for every application, 0 to 100% adjustment is required. And also, all material must be discharging to be empty at every maintenance or the exchanging the sensor. Okay, for many customers, we expect it is not simple to select the suitable model for each application. We have a model selection guide. Same as the last seminar, we will share this list after this seminar. But please feel free to contact us and share your application information. We will select the most suitable model for each your application. Okay. Thank you for listening my session. I hope my session supports you to understand the level sensor. After my session, Mr. Maeda introduce our level sensor. Okay, I will switch to the Mr. Maeda.
Okay, thank you so much, Omura-san, for your explanation about those general level transmitters. From now, please allow me a few minutes to introduce a little more about advantage of radar and our actual application references. Okay, actually, we answer radar level transmitter is the most reliable and useful for most of all applications if we were asked about such questions. So why? Why radar is the best? And you can see this table. Its answer is on the table already. So microwave, as Omura-san has already explained, radar is microwave. Microwave is electromagnetic wave. So it is fully not influenced by the changes of condition of media. In this case, that is air. So air temperature, turbulence, or pressure, everything not influenced for the microwave characteristic. You can imagine like a satellite radar. Microwave is flying through the vacuum conditions. Even under vacuum condition, microwave is going through, flying. So again, microwave is not influenced by the characteristic changes of media, in this case air. But ultrasonic it's kind of like a vibration of air. So if temperature changes, pressure changes, turbulence, blah blah blah, is full influence to the performance of ultrasonic. Okay. The next one, laser, is like eye. I think you have the like a laser pointer. If some like a vapor or fume, laser beam cannot reach to the target. It's so that's why the laser is not useful for like a fume application, flying dust or something. Radioactive is very stable, but as everybody know already, it is harmful and dangerous. There are many regulations from government. So that's why we strongly recommend microwave radar is the as a most effective, reliable, stable solution for continuous level transmitters. Okay, this is the oh, sorry. Okay, again, this is our MWLMC's level transmitters. Again, I'm going to summarize those four features. One is less influenced by environmental conditions. Second one is not affected by temperature and pressure. Third one, no mechanical moving parts and consumable parts. So the lifetime is long comparing to the mechanical transmitters. The last one is permitting through the materials of low dielectric constants like PTFE, ceramic, or something. This is quite useful for high temperature applications. Next one, we'd like to tell you our flexibility about mounting variations. Like this, we have this is for high temperature applications. We can provide also cooling box with sometimes voltage coolers. Next one is we have the antenna cap for dusty applications, and also if there is no enough space to mounting, we also have 90-degree bended antenna, something like this. So from now, let me introduce some actual application. This is the in the steel industry, molten metal level measurement, tapping from blast furnace to torpedo. This like a liquid steel is temperature is over 150 degrees, 1500 degrees C. And there are many fumes. Sometimes metal splash is flying, but this our radar robot transmitter is working very stable. Actually, we have these applications. We have reference all over the world since 1980s, and actually we are one of the pioneers who developed these applications. Okay, next one is also this is for steel industry, granulated blast furnace slag. This application is mixed like a slag powder with hot water, so there are many vapors. We can say also this is very heavy applications, and ultrasonic or laser is not useful for this application because of the high density fume is existed. But radar is working very well. Next one is feed industry. We also have many reference in feed mill applications. Sometimes such flowers or something is like adhesive inside the antenna. But we have the purging, cyclone purging system, and also we have another option of like a special material that is not easily adhesion on inside the antenna. Okay. So next application is this is normal cement silo, but very big difference is the height is over 70 meters. In Japan or some Far Eastern countries, I think the most of all cement silo is maximum 20 or 25 something. But this application, 70 meter. Cement silo is relatively rather not so difficult application, but 70 meter is the problem. Uh, this customer in Indonesia, they used to use the like a German products, but it was working well, but until 30, 35 meter. But the customer, they wanted to measure up to the bottom of silos. So we tried this, they tried this, our low transmitter, and this is working perfect up to the bottom of cement silos. Next one, okay. So now we are focusing on the relatively. We have a lot of references or applications in powder and solid applications, or sometimes for furnace or incinerators, such severe applications. But of course, we have the references in water liquid applications like water treatment, oil, diesel, oil tank, or it's we can do it, of course. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your time. Now we'd like to go to just a moment. We'd like to sorry go to the Q&A session. Just a moment. We're gonna switch the screen once again to us. Just a moment. Okay. Again, thank you so much for listening our main session and some advantage of our level of transmitters. So thank you so much for those questions. We already have several questions. So why don't we go through those questions one moment. First one, what is important for model selection of robot sensors? Thank you for your question. So, Omura-san, could you answer to this question?
Okay. There are several points of the important points for the model selection. First one is material information. The material type, for example, the bulk material, liquid, particle powder, or sometimes slurry. It's kind of the material type. And also the material characteristic. For example, the adhesive, corrosive, or high conductivity. These are the material characteristics very important for the model selection. Next one is the measuring range, full and empty. The distance is very important for the model selection for the level sensors. And also last one, important thing is the environmental condition. Sometimes high temperature and humidity, dusty, and also sometimes the agitator. Inside the agitator, the construction, the drawing of the tank is very helpful to understand and for the model selection.
I see. Okay, so you said the agitator is one of the factors. So do you mean we can measure the application even if the tank has agitator?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes we actually supply to these agitator application. Actually, this is our specialty and the advantage of our level sensor. We have a manual masking in the parameter. So if we understand the noise reflection from the agitator, we can delete. So this one is masking, this one is masking, this one is masking, and they are ignore for the level measurement inside the level sensor parameter.
I see. Okay, next question is, do you have experience to use your sensors in high altitude sites around 3,500 to 5,000 meter over the sea level.
Very unique application. Very unique. Actually, in my experience, sorry, I did not check into the all our supply data, but for my experience, I don't have a remember to I supply to the this kind of high altitude application, 3,000 or 4,000 from the sea level. But I expected that radar transmitter. Our radar transmitter does not influence to the environment, this kind of the altitude condition. So I assume that our radar can be applied for this application.
I agree. 100, I agree with you. Yes, in my experience also, I cannot remember that the site is at such high altitude. Basically, 70 to 80% of the site is along the sea, maybe because of the transportation or something. But probably this is some mining places, maybe. And yeah, I agree with you. We have no problem about the performance of radar at such high altitude sites. Okay, next question. Do you have experience working with cyanide acid water tank? Acid water tank.
Acid water tank.
I see.
Okay. Actually,
that is for mining industry.
Oh, mining industry. I see. Okay. As Mr. Maeda explained to our radar, not only the powder application, we also supply to the chemical and liquid application. And also we have an experience for the acid application. Sorry, exactly I can make an image for the acid water tank in the mining industry, but we have experience for this kind of the acid chemical tank. Sometimes the very corrosive the chemical application, even in the very corrosive, and the customer cannot be accept for our antenna or our flange stainless cannot be accept, but we can measure out, for example, the outside the tank. Because of the chemical tank is mostly the resin, made by the resin, not the stainless or the steel. So we can, the radar can go through that this kind of the low dielectric constant material. So this is very unique. So please share the application information with us, and we'd like to make a solution for this application.
Yeah. Again, yeah, I agree with you. So because radar can go through the raw dielectric constant material, so we can isolate the sensor from the process condition by some non-conductive material. Yeah, that will be very good advantage for this corrosive application. Okay, so next question is, sorry, excuse me. We would like to have more detail of your level measurement of torpedo at blast furnaces. Okay, no problem. How we can, could you now, unfortunately, the name is not shown on this question. So hopefully, can you send your request once again on the questionnaire that will be sent by email after this session, so that we will give you more detail personally by separate email. Anyway, we have more than probably 300 units all over the world about these torpedo applications. Okay, thank you. So next question is, your distributor or channel partner in India. Also, this will be very sensitive. No, not sensitive, but this is the case we can discuss personally face to face or like a email, not on the public. So could you please send your request on the questionnaire so that we will handle, take care of you personally? Yes, separately. Thank you very much. So next question is, uh, you- so this, he is the, you were correct means probably the answer of, for the mining ashes. Thank you very much. Okay. Next one, next question is I see there are some devices that use 80 gigahertz frequency. What is the difference between devices using 26 gigahertz and 80 gigahertz? Thank you so much.
No. There are several points of these kinds of 80 gigahertz and 26 gigahertz. We apply our radar sensor apply for the 26 gigahertz. Okay. There is a also the advantage for the 26 gigahertz and 80 gigahertz. Especially the 80 gigahertz is a high directivity, so they can much more strong for the narrow application. But this directivity is a weak point for the sometimes of the repose of the angle inside the silo. For example, the material inside the silo is a mountain shape. So this high directivity is going wrong direction. But much more wider and 26 gigahertz is a much more stable measurement for this kind of the mountain or the angle of repose application. Also, sometimes inside high humidity and high dusty and this kind of the heavy duty environment and high severe application is much more strong to use 26 gigahertz.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, we have another like a detailed document explaining about the difference and advantages, disadvantage between 80 gigahertz and 26 gigahertz. So, and why don't we have another webinar focusing on this difference because maybe in a few months. Yeah. Okay. So next question. Oh, sorry. So next question here. For powder application, there is an angle of repose. So which point does ultrasonic type and radar transmitter measure in the repose angle surface?
Okay. As I explained to the powder application, inside the silo, the shape of the powder must be like the mountain. So we call the repose of the angle, this one. In this application, our laser or non-contact sensor is adjusting for this mountain surface. So this sloping surface to reflect into the laser. So this laser is somewhere over this sloping surface. But in our radar, we selected the powder in the parameter. Our sensor is selecting much more, a little bit higher to get this mountain, top of the mountain. Because of that, many customers want to get the point of the mountain, top of the mountain, because they don't like overflow. So in our radar, if the customer using our radar and selecting the powder, our radar is always try to get the top of the mountain. So customer can understanding, oh, now is the top of the mountain is coming from here, from our radar sensor. Okay. Proceed.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, next question is, do you only provide solutions for sensor application or complete control loop? control loop. So we have a capability to supply like a control system, but it depends on the applications. In some cases, we need some of our partner. We have to invite the partner company for the system in case according to the application or difficulties. But anyway, we have such capability. So please let us know if you have such requirement. Okay, next question is, have you any 3D technology to measure the level of solid particle in bin silos?
Difficult.
Actually, we don't have at the moment. Actually, we don't have at the moment. And we know one company who have the 3D level measurement technology, but this is using ultrasonic technology.
Not radar.
Yeah, not radar. So, and using ultrasonic for powder or solid application has many risks. And okay, anyway, we don't have 3D radar level transmitter at the moment, but we can provide some like alternative solution for such kind of applications if it is required. And actually, personally, I am not so positive about the ultrasonic 3D transmitters because many risks. Okay. So next question is, do you have a level sensor that can work in high temperature furnace? Some questions.
Our laser transmitter can be applied for the high temperature application. As Mr. Maeda explained in the seminar, and microwave measurement is not influenced by the temperature. And also our advantage is we also can design and manufacture the cooling system for protecting our electrical board inside the housing. Because of the microwave does not affected by the temperature, but our electrical board is cannot be strong for the high temperature, so we have to protect. So we have a cooling system according to the customer's unique high temperature application. So if you have a high temperature application, even the 1000 or too much higher temperature, please share the information is application, dimension, and yeah, this kind of information is I want you to share.
Okay, just for reference, let me give you some idea about our references. In steel industry, blast furnace, CDQ, coke dry quenching, and sinter cooler, also high temperature. These are the application we have successful experiences. And another one is coke oven battery and BOF converter as well. And like yeah, and for cement industry, clinker cooler, and other industries like garbage incinerator, aluminum smelter, glass smelter, something like this. So anyway, each application we have different option and customized solutions. So as Omura-san said, we need, if you can give us, share your application details, so then we will design customized suitable for sensors and solutions. Okay, so next questions. Probably this is the last one. Huh. Does radar transmitter affect human health? Good question.
The signal strength of the laser is approximately 5 microwatt. The compare with the cellular phone, mobile phone. The mobile phone is approximately 2 meter watt. 2 meter watt. So the compare with the mobile phone, our radar transmitter is a very weak signal. So I can say that it is no harmful from the human health.
Okay. Okay, so any other questions? Maybe we have answered all questions, maybe,
Okay.
yes. Okay. Okay, thank you so much again. So probably no questions. Okay. Finished. Thank you so much again for sharing your time with us on this seminar and a lot of questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And after this webinar, we will send one email, maybe in 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, we will send the email with questionnaire. This is a very simple questionnaire. It takes only a few minutes to fill in. So please, please kindly fill those questionnaire and send it to us. I don't know, just fill and click the button of send. That's all. You don't need to send an email. Just answer to questionnaire and click the send. So that we will then we will send the documents, including model selection guide or some other detailed documentation to you after we confirm the answer of questionnaire. Okay, so another question maybe, just a moment. We got another question. What is maximum process temperature is standard radar get purging instrument? What is maximum pressure instrument air purging?
Maximum.
So yeah, process temperature. I think
process temperature is don't worry. Actually, the microwave level measurement doesn't affect it by the temperature. So even a high temperature, microwave level measurement itself is no problem. But we have to protect our sensor part and our housing part. So we need air purging or sometimes N2 purging. So we need to enough the air purging of that. We recommend the N2 especially. N2 is a much more cooling down is more effective. And also the max pressure. He's asking a pressure. Maybe pressure. How much pressure?
This is probably he is asking. This gentleman is asking the utility, like a flow rate maybe or pressure.
Pressure rate
about
is
the nitrogen or compressed air. Generally, we recommend, if we talk about the pressure, generally we recommend the one or two, forgot the unit, Newton, higher than internal pressure inside the tank or silos. But most of the silo is like it's not pressurized. In that case, Newton, maybe Newton. I forgot that. Pascal. Pascal. It's enough. I hope we answered to this question. Maybe. Next question, probably this is the final one. Do Matsushima have a planning for making radar for 75 gigahertz. Ha ha ha.
We're talking about 70 gigahertz microwave.
Okay. Actually, we have a plan. Not 75, but we are considering to have another like a higher frequency ranges because of the we have. It's better we have both because there are the regulation in the world is changing. Some countries asking this higher frequency, the lower frequencies for automotive industry or something. So in the future, we are considering to have this type of like a higher frequency radar for safety sake and for optional cases to select by the customer according to the government applications or regulations or something. Okay, I believe. Okay, again, thank you so much for sharing your time with us today.
Thank you very much.
Again, we will send the email with questionnaire. Please answer to questionnaire. It takes about only a few minutes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.